everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Brooke and Steve. Here we are in Southeast Florida. Still a beautiful day, although there are some rain clouds that way, but we will get this in before those come hit us. And I want to first start by shouting out to my very dear and old friend, J. Lincoln Hollowell, who sent me this beautiful tequila t-shirt. Margarita t-shirt. Gotta show it off.
Massive one.
Because I told him, cool. Thank you so much for sending me that. It was a very nice surprise. And we're going to be, Alexa, pause please. We're going to be evaluating a new tequila that's to us that neither one of us has even tried yet. So
LALO is what it's called.
Go ahead, take it away.
Highlands, is my understanding, and it is from a distillery that only does a Blanco. Usually a Blanco is considered a signature of any distillery, and this particular one has decided, and I guess it's been around for 3 or 4 years, to only do a Blanco. So, yeah, I'm excited to see and try this one a little bit. There's some big history behind the brand. Steve, you want to say a little bit about that?
Sure. The name of the brand is LALO. Now, LALO is a shortened term for the name Eduardo. So it's like a nickname for Eduardo. So Eduardo Lalo, who is one of the owners of this brand, is last name is Gonzalez. So Eduardo Lalo Gonzalez is the grandson of Don Julio. And if you know anything about tequila, those who promote the bars, the restaurants anyway, that promote high-end tequila usually promote the Patron and Don Julio and all that. And that's good stuff, but they were the pioneers. They, the Patrons and the Don Julio, were the pioneers of bringing to the market in a big fashion, in like a big way, a tequila that was done and made in a traditional way, with traditional methods and being a non-additive tequila. So Lalo, being the grandson of Don Julio, decided that he would honor his father and his grandfather by setting up his own distillery and going into partnership with a longtime childhood friend of his who knew about distilling agave plants and all that to come up with this brand.
The grandfather started working in a distillery, I think when he was 7.
7 years old.
Just cleaning the floors and helping out around the distillery. And from there, 10 years later, at the age of 17, he had enough money to go off and purchase his own distillery. And I guess 45 years after the fact of that event, he wound up launching Don Julio.
Yeah, so Don Julio launched in a big way, and I guess in the late 80s, the early 90s, when the whole kind of Don Julio Patron phenomenon happened. And then the father sold out sometime in the 2000s. Lalo became of age and decided that he wanted to honor his father who had died in making his own tequila. And here we are with LALO Tequila. It's a long way of saying welcome to LALO.
A lot of history there.
Tequila. And I will say this. I have to say this. It was hard to find up until recently. We recently found it at our local Weston Florida-based Primo Liquors. And thanks to Dominic, who helped us, Natasha, who helped me, and to LALO's representative, Julie, who was there when we were there on spot.
Yeah.
And she told us a little bit more about the tequila itself and why it's such a up-and-coming brand these days.
Did a spectacular job. Had a lot of fun with them, and I really look forward to trying this out. Inhale, sip, and exhale.
That's what they say on the bottle.
That's the motto on the bottle.
Now, Julie told us that this particular LALO tequila only comes in a Blanco. So there's no reposado, no añejo, no extra añejo. It's just straight Blanco, and it's beautiful. The bottle, you'll see a little bit later. The bottle is clean, it's elegant, it's black and white, except for the gold and the blue on the cap area, which signifies
The flag.
the
in-
flag of the
in
Jalisco area, and it has a picture of a church.
That's
And-
from the area, and the church is always the core, the center of the town, in Mexico, so it's very symbolic.
So Julie talked me into buying a bottle, and I did. So we're going to try for the very first time now. We've heard nothing but very good things, we will tell you. And so here we go. We'll pop the cap. Nice gold cap with, again, a depiction of the church on the back. A synthetic cork, which is fine. Pour a little bit. It's, by the way, it's so clear, crystal clear.
Yeah.
It could be water, but it does seem to have some sort of viscosity to it, and it is additive free. So we have a really good natural tequila from the highlands.
Thank you.
And in the highlands, don't forget, it's very mineral rich.
Blue agave.
Blue agave, of course, and the mineral rich. I'm expecting notes of like earthiness.
What do we know about the processing? There's a lot of really cool things going on there too.
Yes, indeed.
They max out, I think, the agave plants.
Yes, they do. They let them ripen right up until they're almost not ready to use. Right up until like eight to 10 years. They let those agave plants really take on the natural development of the plant. They cook it in stone ovens. They mash it with roller mill, which is fine, and then they let it rest.
Yes,
It's,
very unique.
it's rested in
Steel.
stainless steel vats for something like eight weeks or something, like just before a reposado is deemed a reposado, but it's in the stainless steel vats, so it's rested. Go ahead.
And they add a proprietary
Ah,
champagne yeast.
yeah. So this is key to the Lalo brand.
And the flavoring, the taste.
Before it's distilled, it's fermented in a champagne yeast, which is very unique. So we're excited to try it, to see how the champagne yeast, meaning the yeast that they use to make champagne, affects this tequila. So here we go. That's a long way to get to this point.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, but we're excited about it.
I know, there's a lot going on with this place. Interesting. Agave forward, I would say. I
Oh.
have grapefruit, citrusy notes.
It's very
Mineral.
it's very sweet smelling as far as the nose notes are concerned. Definitely agave, but not like a funky agave. It's a bright, sweet, citrusy agave. It's really
Very
nice.
elegant.
Very nice.
Very elegant.
So far. I'll try it.
Exhale, sip,
Salute. Exhale, sip.
inhale.
Okay. This is
Very complex.
This
Good.
this is interesting. It's, I will say without taking a second sip, that it is different than any of the other Blancos that we have reviewed on Tea Time with Brooke and
I
Steve.
think it might be my favorite.
It really could be.
Be a sipper for sure.
It's agave forward, but it's light and bright. Like citrusy, almost. There's spiciness to it, like a
Peppery. Little
peppery,
pepper.
a little bit of cinnamon, but mainly peppery.
Yep.
But not a harsh pepper, but like a sweet pepper, like a bell pepper.
I've got a lemon, lime, grapefruity type of thing happening too.
100%.
Very good. Highly recommend.
So
Nice
speaking,
to have in your shelf. at
so
home.
speaking of the recommendation, the Lalo 750 ml, where we got it at Primo Liquors in Weston, Florida, Bow Down, very nice place, was around $55 ish. So it's not cheap, but it's not way expensive. So in terms of the tequilas that are in this price range, this is a winner. Go out and get it today. Lalo by
Well done.
Don
Lalo.
Julio, the Don Julio's grandson, Eduardo Lalo, the whatever. Well, he's his grandson. He did a really nice job.
We'll have this.
I
in our
would,
cupboard, for sure.
yeah.
At the
And
farm.
my guess is this: once he experiences his success with this Blanco, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he will start getting into buying more field, buying more agave, getting into more of the other expressions, the reposados, the añejos, and such and so forth.
It's nice to see so much hard work go behind something so elegant. It's a very, very well done. Excellent Blanco.
100%. Go out and get one, enjoy it, sip it, mix it with your favorite mixers, and have a good time. Alexa, continue.